What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's Top 3. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Cardistry versus Magic showdown. We have 3 spectacular decks that we're going to be checking out, and we are so excited.
I'm ready, dude. Are you ready?
You know what? I gotta say, I am super pumped for the decks we have this week. I think we have some really interesting candidates, all things considered. And dude, some of these are really hot decks, too. Some of them are pretty much unknown, I think, to some extent, but 2 of them I think are real bangers.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely, 2 of them are 2 of my favorites right now, actually.
Yeah, I can see that, man. I can see that. Museum Kit strives to bring you museum-quality prints to your home of some of your favorite playing cards. They actually just teamed up with Stockholm 17's Lorenzo Gaggiotti to offer prints of his award-winning House of the Rising Spade court cards. Make sure to check them out at museumkits.com/S17. You can find the link right down below. So, without further ado, let's take a look at number 3. Coming in at number 3, we have the Slime Fontaines. This recently released Fontaine is part of a 2,500 deck print run printed by USPCC on their premium crushed stock. You ready to check this thing out, Steve?
I am.
So as you can see, this thing is just a vibrant green, very traditional Fontaine tuck with the ad copy on the sides, the double Fs on the back. Very standard, very minimalist, but always just beautifully done with these colors. And I think it really helps the focus lie on the colors themselves.
That's first edition too. What was up with that?
I mean, there's a lot of different colors of slime these days. That's a whole nother hobby right there. You could get pink slime, purple slime, orange slime. So, as you'd expect from USPCC Premium Crush stock, it handles and fans like a dream. Feels broken in right out of the box. You have those traditional style Fontaine jokers there with the green of the back design and then the Fontaine Ace of Spades with that neon green going through the center. And again, being a Fontaine deck, this thing is relatively standard across the board. Same USPCC courts you'd see on any bicycle rider back deck. But really what brings Fontaine to the table is just that price point, dude. Coming in at $15, this thing is a great steal for a Cardistry deck. The one thing I really do wish we would see with these, though, and I think a lot of times people will bring this up, is just the short print run for a Fontaine deck here. Again, it's a relatively standard deck, but we've definitely seen Zach sell out of 5,000 deck print runs in the past. I think going back to a 2,500 print run really just creates more of that false hype around it instead of serving the customer as best as possible.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he does, those larger print runs, but I really don't know why he drops below 5,000.
Absolutely agreed. Super cool ad cards here. I love that Fontaine with the North Star there and the little purple and green around it. Who knows, maybe that second edition slime is going to be that purple they used on the ad card there, man.
Yeah, it's a good guess there. You never know. We'll ask Lucas Magic.
There you go. Dude, it's going to be a good looking one either way. I have to say, I really do love the vibrancy of this tuck. I think Zach did a great job really capturing that feel of like Nickelodeon slime.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm like keeping an eye out. Hopefully I don't get slime.
There you go, man. I was actually genuinely expecting this one to be a collaboration. So to see it come out as just a standard slime colored Fontaine without the collab aspect behind it was a little bit of a disappointment, but still love that green.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe it was just a little too wasn't cost effective. So
could be.
Yeah.
So Steve, what do we got for number 2 this week?
Number 2, we have the Chromatic edition by Legends.
Nice.
This is printed by Legends playing cards on their pre-crush stock, and it is on their classic finish. Retails for $12.49, not $12.50. And it is a print run of 1,000.
Nice, man. That's going to be a sick looking deck for sure. So let's check this thing out.
Let's do it. This deck is royalty, dude. It has the moose and I think it was a boar on the front.
Nice. Like the koi on the back.
Man, and the food dogs. I'm a huge fan of food dogs, so if I see food dogs on anything, I'm all about it. I really like the colors. The back design, kind of peeks through that die cut in the tuck box. which I thought is really sharp.
Got those traditional Japanese style waves on the sides as well, and on the tuck flap as well.
Little koi scales.
Look at that die cut.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful? I mean, the back design has hints of cold foil in the back. They did a great job. You know, those koi really doesn't come through in video, but it has silver foil on it with some hints of orange foil as well. It handles beautifully. You know, it is a little thicker stock, but I'm a big fan of Legend stock. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, their stock usually handles pretty well once it's broken in. And this is obviously not their newer Cardistry stock, so the thickness makes perfect sense.
Right. Dude, you're a big dragon lover. Some fun jokers for you.
Those jokers are awesome. Honestly, they might be my second favorite part of the deck after the die cut.
Yeah, it's so cool. There's your heated joker. I mean, your heated dragon on the ace of spades. And then the rest of the deck is pretty standard. You know, court cards, standard colors, and everything. It would have been really cool to see some, you know, just random things hidden within the court cards, you know, but it is obviously geared towards magicians. So I totally understand the standard courts and pips and indices.
Yeah, and I think, you know, being geared towards magicians, that makes a lot of sense, but it's definitely why this deck does not take #1 this week, because other than, you know, having a phenomenal back design and a dope tuck, the cards themselves just fell a little short there. Like, I really was hoping for a lot. And I think we've seen semi-standard decks in the past that have done a good job blending magic usability and custom design without going over the top. Perfect example is the Bicycle Dragon backs. I know you're not a huge fan of them, but those courts are still very standard, but new colorways and a little bit of added flair to it, which is something they could have done here with this Chromatic edition.
Yeah, I definitely would have liked to see a little bit more kind of random details in the core cards. But, you know, I understand. They have another edition. It's called the, I think it's the, goodness gracious, like it's basically silver foil.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's called the Sterling edition. It's pretty cool, too. Also, gold foil on the back, but standard.
Nice, man.
Court cards as well. Yeah.
Very nice. So, coming in
Number
one this week. I'm excited, man. And this is a deck that I think you and I have both been waiting for a long time. So to get these in hand is just awesome. Coming in at #1 this week, we have the Satellite Playing Cards by Katie Morris. This deck is printed by USPCC on their premium crush stock. It is part of a 2,500 deck print run. And one of the coolest things about this deck is that every single back design is different. I absolutely love that. And coming in at a $16 price point, you can't go wrong. A competitive cardistry deck. Let's check this thing out.
Yeah.
Very cool tuck, very minimalist. I love the dark and the purple on it. This is the first deck produced under Katie's brand, Canvas Cards, and I'm really pumped to see what else they come out with. I know this was a long time in the works for her, so seeing it come together is just awesome.
I mean, she spent so much time. Every single design on the back is a
actual
zoomed in picture of a satellite.
Yeah, which is sick. I mean, these are all legit photographs from around the world, different places, just with such amazingly vibrant colors. For cardistry, this thing is going to be eye-popping for sure.
Yeah. And she got permission to use all these images.
Which hopefully she only went to one place so she didn't have to write 56 different letters, man, because that would have been a lot. But just looking at the way this fans, it's super unique. It gives a great pattern. And for anyone who knows this, you can shuffle a deck of cards and never in your lifetime come up with the same shuffle twice, which means you're never going to get the same fan twice if you shuffle between fans with this deck.
How's that for mathematics for you guys?
Dude, I love it. Love the little colors brought into all of the pips here to really actually, they're basically the satellite images, parts of them transposed over a single pip throughout. I absolutely love this because it's subtle but still fun. And dude, look how dope that looks on that Jack of Spades there.
Yeah, and this is I think one of the things that kept the Chromatic in that middle spot is, you know, they didn't pull any of that kind of cool stuff, intricacies of the deck into the court cards, which wouldn't have made a difference in the Magician's world.
100%. And I think this to me is a completely usable Magician's deck other than obviously the back design. So that being a big thing there, these faces are absolutely still usable. Fully usable deck.
Yeah.
You could play poker with this deck, no problem. I'm sure a lot of people out there will say, hey, well, it's marked because each back design is different. I'm going to tell you right now, if someone in your local poker game goes through all of the trouble of figuring out all of the back designs so that they can cheat, yeah, for the love of God, person spends way too much free time in poker. They have a lot more to lose than you do with it. So great looking deck. Love the simplicity of the ad cards. Love the customization to the standards there. But everything about this just pops. The colors, the vibrancy. This I can't wait to see in motion for Cardistry. It's going to be spectacular.
Yeah. I mean, she's an amazing artist, and you can definitely see her bringing that talent into her creating her first deck of cards. It's really
absolutely, man. This thing is just spectacular. And it's funny because I like the fact that there's so many different colorways in the back designs as well. So, you know, you don't have something where it's predominantly greens or blues or reds. There's a healthy mix throughout all of the cards. So you get this beautiful, beautiful composition of just really awesome looking decks. I mean, again, you could spread those every different way after a shuffle and have them never look the same, which to me is such a cool concept within the whole idea of cardistry, where there's a lot of repetition, but at the same time, doing the same move the next day is going to look different because of the position of the cards in the deck.
Yeah. And I believe she has uncut sheets available.
Nice.
Which would look ridiculous on the wall.
That would look absolutely spectacular. I'm really, really excited to see what Katie has in store for us next, but absolutely no question, Satellite Playing Cards comes in at a solid #1 this week. But everyone out there, let us know what your favorite 3 decks are this week. Drop a comment down below. One of you lucky commenters below will get a shout out on next week's top 3, so make sure to pick 3 good decks and let us know what they are.
Word. Peace. Later. Oh, I just smacked myself on the face with my cord.